Live. Today we are talking about the power of personal branding. All right, so listen up, pay attention to this. When was the last time you watched YouTube videos? You watch a guy or a gal on social media for months before you bought from them. That's the power of social media branding, the power of branding in the internet. We're going to dissect it. We're going to break it down. We're going to give you some testimonials, some stories, and we're going to go from there. So stay connected. I would say if you're watching live, go ahead and share this thing. If you're watching a recording, go ahead and share this thing. And make sure that you subscribe wherever you're watching. So let's go right into it, man. Here we got Mr. Mark Tarolia and Leonardo Garcia, co-hosts of the ETA podcast, man. This thing is going big, right? Let's see. Guys, have you ever purchased from anybody online, anything? Anybody that you have not spoken to? Have you purchased from any character online?
Mark, on you, man. I know you guys. Personally, I've shopped online. Yes, I've bought stuff for business. I've bought stuff personal, and I've bought from people online. But I need to know something about them. I don't just randomly select anybody, to be honest with you, especially when I have business.
Let me bring it home. All right, you may have not bought a course or a coaching or anything online yet, right? What kind of car you drive?
Tiguan.
Perfect. By the way, don't feel bad. I drive a Hyundai. I'm putting it out there, right?
Feel bad. I don't feel bad.
No. I said don't feel bad for me asking, right? Just for everybody else out there. I drive a Hyundai as of right now. Check back with me in a few months. But all right. So you drive a Tiguan. All right. Cool car. How do you get about picking that car?
Well, actually, I was looking to trade in my Nissan Maxima. I just moved out here, so I went to different dealerships. It caught my attention. I went inside, started talking to people, but while they were doing all their paperwork, I was reviewing the dealership.
All right, reviewing the dealership. What do you mean by that?
I was going through the reviews, man. Yelp, online. I was going through the website.
All right, there you go. That's what I'm trying to get at. So you did your due diligence before you put in a payment method.
I can do better than that. All of us right here. Right? If that's what you're looking for, I'll give you a little bit better detail. Both of you gentlemen, I was connected to, and both of you before I was ever connected to, I researched you both. And both in business. So Mark, been following him for years before I actually crossed paths and we became friends, and he became my mentor, mentee. Like, it was years, but I was researching him. I mean, the man has so many followers. He has different accounts. He has all his accounts are full. And then it was about business. And when I decided to look into your page, because everybody, there's a lot of people trying to do what you do. And when I looked into it, I started looking deeper, and you fit the profile. So that's how I got here. So yes, I research. Everybody gets researched. So yes, to answer your question, I have. And I've researched every person, especially when it's not something that comes from like Amazon. And even then, I research where it's coming from.
There you go. And that's what I'm gonna get at before we go to Mark. For you guys listening, for you guys watching the recording here, right? Pay attention, right? Because if you're in sales right now, no matter what type of sales, you're selling solar, if you're selling insurance, if you're selling cars, if you're selling OnlyFans, right? Just kidding. Scratch that. But no matter what you're selling, all right, this is affecting you right now. You're benefiting or it's costing you, right? So we're going to dissect this in a minute. But Mark, go ahead, man. What was your experience with purchasing online? Did you research anybody?
Yes. So the way I research online, what I like to do, I like to look for consistency. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency and how long they've been doing that niche that they doing, right? So let's say, for example, if I was looking for a social media marketer, right? Or a lead campaign or an assistant, I'm going to see how long this person been doing it and how consistent they was doing before. And more importantly, what I'm looking for is testimonials. I'm looking for people to share and experience. Now, that's very powerful. When you can have people, because now you're not bragging. When you have people bragging on you, now you know you made it. Now you know you have an entity. Now you know your branding is powerful when people are bragging and talking about you. You don't have to brag on yourself. Nike, they don't even have to promote as the way they do. Coca-Cola don't even have to promote the way they do because people are already using testimony for them. So that's something I look for when I'm searching online or looking for brands, testimonials and consistency.
All right, I like it. So testimonial, consistency, and looking people up, making sure that they're legit, right? That it's not just a guy that woke up today and said, "Hey, I'm gonna start selling courses online because I'm a pro. I made $1 online, so I'm gonna go show the world they can make $1, and they're gonna pay me $100 just for me to show them how to make $1." Right? So that is key. That is key. So we're gonna dissect for those watching, right, and for those watching the replay, we're gonna dissect some strategies. And we know that building a brand takes time, take consistency, and it could take a lot of money, right? So we're going to dissect the traditional way versus the new way. We're going to dissect the expensive way or the I ain't got no money, but I got time way, right? And the I ain't got no money, but I got time way is going to be the last thing we're going to discuss. So stay to the end, right? But let's break it down. So you mentioned Nike. Massive company, right? I once heard, I think it was Puma though, that paid a soccer player to untie his shoe in the middle of a live match that was being streamed worldwide. And they said, untie your shoe in the middle of the game, stop the whole game to tie your shoes. That's all. And they pay him several $1 million just to tie his shoe on live television. Just to tie his shoes.
That's smart.
Now, everybody's talking about it. One, the guy stopped a live game to tie his shoe. Then they're wondering, what's this shoe? Right? So this is the power of branding, right? It's like, for example, when Beats went viral. You guys know the story of Beats when it went viral?
No, I don't know. I want to hear this.
All right. They paid somebody. It was a big event. And they paid the guy to just wear the headphones. You guys can Google it up. It will come right out for you. The story of Beats, how it went viral. Right? And also, I believe it was a football game. It was a Super Bowl. And then they banned all the players from wearing any type of branding that was not sponsored after that. But Dr. Dre made billions of dollars because of that.
Branding is, let me tell you, branding is one crazy thing. And you know what's crazier? When it happens by mistake. I got a story for you. I got two. Once you'll break it down for it. One, everybody, Mark probably remembers this brand. Remember FUBU? Damon John, remember? You know, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a Gap commercial that they paid LL Cool J to rap. And what they did, what Damon John was so intelligent about is that he gave him a free hat. Like he gave LL Cool J, because, you know, he always wore hats. So LL Cool J, not knowing, looked at the hat and said FUBU. And he was like, what's that stand for? And they told him, for us, by us. So he rapped in the Gap commercial. And at the end, he says, FUBU, for us, by us. He just created a brand by mistake, put them on the top. Also, you got Vince Carter that did an accident. I don't know if you know the brand And1.
No, I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. We hear you.
And1 had a failing shoe. Actually, I believe it was Stephon Marbury that wore the first ones, and he hurt his ankle in them. And they made a big deal. Like they were going out of business because they came out with these sneakers that had this guy messed up. And in the slam dunk contest, the sneakers that Vince Carter had, all the posters were And1. They took that picture. It was free advertising, branding right away, 101.
See, we're talking about basketball shoes. Do y'all know how the Jays, Michael Jordan, went viral? Back then, they ain't called viral, but it was in 86. So Nike, so the NBA had a rule. 90% of your shoe had to be white. So they made a Michael Jordan shoe. Majority of it was red and black. It had a probably 1% white in it, probably in the shoestring. And they asked the league, how much will y'all fine basketball players just for not abiding by the rules? They said $5,000 a game. So Nike looked at it like, that's nothing for advertising. $5,000 a game, let's do it. So Michael Jordan put the shoes on. Every game they would fine him, and every game they would talk about it on the TV show, on the news channel, on the panel. They always talk about, hey, he's got fine, and they putting the camera around the shoe. And Jordan went skyrocket. The rest was history. Jordan won. $5,000 a game.
You're onto something, John. $5,000 a game, and they said that's nothing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Imagine the millions that they made per game, and they only got to pay $5,000 for advertising.
Right.
All right. That is a fair trade. Now we're talking about this to point out the fact, man. Listen, as you guys already know, I work with a lot of sales professionals, sales institutions, right? That we help with their advertising and marketing. And the number one factor that we see across the board is the guys that do the most, that do the best, is the guys that are putting an image out there. All right. And the guys that really take off is the one that really have an image out there. All right. So right now, for those guys watching, right, like us here, right, we're in the sales space, right? There's a big difference when you go in the market and you have to push a product than when you go in the market and now whatever you say, you can push. For example, Kim Kardashian. She knows nothing about politics, but she puts her nose all over it, right? She knows nothing about engineering, and she was around some engineering stuff, some releases. Just recently, she was promoting I don't know if you guys saw it on her social media. Elon Musk must have paid her a significant amount. She was taking pictures with her Cybertruck on her Instagram, all over the place. Mm-hmm. Did it for about a month straight. Elon Musk must have paid her some good change for that. She didn't do nothing. She didn't say much about the truck. She just took pictures by it. For about a month straight, she kept posting. One picture here, one story there, one post here. That's the power of branding.
So let me ask you this, John, and Leo, you can piggyback off that. If Elon Musk did that, right? Who was he trying to capture? What market was he trying to capture if he had Kim Kardashian doing it?
Well, the thing with Kim Kardashian, that's a very wide market. Guess who is the main target there? Men. Who follows Kim Kardashian? Men follow Kim Kardashian. By majority.
Women want to be like her.
And women that want to be like them, but the ones buying the Cybertruck is not necessarily women, is men. So why did Elon Musk pick the woman that have the volumes that Kim Kardashian has to post that? Why didn't he pick a guy? All right.
So go ahead, John.
So that's the part there. They know. Dudes follow this woman, right? For her talents, right? So why not advertise a male product there? Even though she has a very strong female audience as well. But if you notice, she does not promote female products other than her own.
Other than her own.
Yeah. Other than her own.
Right. So majority of her audience is teens. Young teens, women between 15 to 23. Now, this is what I got, what you told me, what you just said, John. Okay, I see a strong woman pushing the truck. That's not what we do. We don't push truck. We don't do this. But you know who would do it? My boyfriend, my daddy, my brother. Let me tell him, hey, Kim looks so cool driving a truck I never imagined. I could never imagine myself in that. But because Kim is in it and it's cool, I want to be in one. Hey, daddy, let's get one for Christmas. It's influence. I think Elon used Kim to get to the fathers that's not really paying attention. They're not
There
into
you go.
stuff. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I figured it out. That was very smart because I don't follow Kim. I don't know what Kim is doing. Guess who's following them? My daughters and my wife are following Kim. They know exactly what Kim doing and when. I didn't even know she was driving the truck until my wife brought it up. Hey, look, this is a pretty cool truck. She thought it was ugly before. But it's cool now because certain people, when you got a cool person driving something that's ugly, that ugly stuff become cool.
100%.
Think about the Yeezys. The Yeezys is an ugly type of. I got them on right now. They're not sexy. They're not cool. But because Yeezy, Kanye is cool, they're cool to wear. But these things are comfortable. These Yeezys are comfortable though.
You see free advertising for Yeezys. I hope they throw something at us, right? But but you see here for those watching, because we're gonna dissect how you can start advertising, and we got something special for you guys here at the end. So stick to the end, right? But that part there, the power of branding, right? How do you expect? How do you interpret, or how do you explain to the big brands, Kylie Jenner, at 20, 21 years old, became one of those youngest billionaire? And no, it's not because she came from money. Did that accelerate it? 1000%. Keeping up with the Kardashian, that show has made them internationally and worldwide known, right?
Right.
So that young girl comes in a few years ago, slaps a brand or slaps her name on a product that is made by everybody else, and becomes a multi-billionaire selling makeup and skincare products. None of these people have any sort of chemical engineering background. They do not know how to chemicalize chemicals to put on your face. I don't even know how to say it. You see, I don't have one either. All right. But what they do have is a massive brand. For example, Jake Paul. I saw the highlights. Him and Donald Trump did a face-off. Just for a photo, just for a quick video. Now, you may hate Trump, you may hate Jake Paul, but both of them, marketing geniuses. Both of them, right? Donald Trump knows how to get publicity for free. And the biggest publicity he got the other day was, by the grace of God, he dodged a bullet. All right? Literally dodged a bullet. And then he just rolled that puppy up to the point that a couple of days later, the current president said, I don't stand a chance. I'm going to go take a nap. And said, I ain't going against this guy. Right? Because we know who's winning. I mean, come on. All right. It's like right before I hop on here, you guys know what's happening in Venezuela. Right?
I've heard. Yes.
With Maduro and the president lost, but he doesn't want to give up power. So he's hijacking everybody out there from the winning party. Like literally, he sends the cops out there to hijack the winning party, and they're looking for him. The guy has a $15 million bounty on his head right now. The president of Venezuela. Wow. He has a dictatorship. They're killing people right now on the streets. All right. But guess what Elon Musk did? I just saw it right before I get in here. Elon Musk said that he accepts a fight with Maduro one-on-one because he was throwing jabs at it. I guess Maduro said something back, and he said, I would accept a fight with him right now. But guess what? We all know there's no fight. Maduro is hiding. He ain't going to come out to fight Elon Musk. All right. But guess what they're doing right now? They're riding that puppy. That is free publicity. They got us talking here about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you guys know. You guys didn't even know that. Right? I didn't even know that until I didn't know that until a minute before I hop on this on this right here. I read it real quick. So now they're riding that puppy, the fact that Venezuela is going through a transformation right now. Something massive that's happening out there. And again, I do not watch the news, but when it's that big, you hear it on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. That's the only way I know about it. But the whole point of this, guys, is this. Personal branding is costing you way more money than it will cost you to build it. Because imagine this. And I'm going to ask you both this. Let's imagine that all three of us and everybody watching right now, you guys feel free to put in the comments too, right? My sister said, Jishka Medina, she said, you're doing it too, talking about them, right? You see, that's the whole point right there. But for you guys, imagine this. I'm not going to have you guys close your eyes because we're on a live podcast, right? But imagine this. Tomorrow you wake up, you have a massive brand, and you decide, hey, how can I pull a couple $1 million this week? And you say, hey, I'm going to grab this lemonade water bottle, right? Whatever this thing is, and I'm going to put it on my social media. And you just fill your bank account. Now let's do the reverse. For everybody that does not have a social media right now, how much do you guys think that's costing them every single day? Those people that do not have a brand right now, no name recognition in the market.
Well, it depends. It depends what they value themselves. It depends on what you make every time you make a transaction. So based on that number right there, you multiply that by 10 times a day. So that's how much you're losing.
Let's do some math. Give me that math again. So let's say I sell solar energy, right? Yes. Solar. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's bring it closer home. Let's say I sell life insurance. And my average commission is what? Let's say, how much is an average commission in life insurance? $1,000. All right. So the average commission is $1,000. Let's do this math. So 1,000 times what? What am I doing? You call it out, coach. I'll write it down for you.
So let Lil do it. He's a mathematician.
I got a calculator. I got you.
So go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Take the lead on this one.
I said say the numbers. I am doing the math.
Okay. All right, so you were muted. So all right. So let's do it. So let's say you got 1.5 million followers on social media.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And let's say that only about 5% of those people actually buy from you. So that's 75,000, right? So it's 75,000 times that 1,000 commission. A year. That's about roughly $75 million opportunity. If you got 1.5 million followers, only about 5% buy from you. You sell a product that is $1,000. That's about $75 million on the table.
Wow.
And that's only with 1.5 million followers.
Wow.
You know what's
go?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's powerful? Go ahead.
You know what's powerful? This Monday, I had my coaching session with my coach, right? With Jalos Fitness, for those that want to be nosy. And he goes, we're talking about branding. We're drilling him with questions. I mentioned the fact that I run ads. And he said, I was trying the ad thing. He said he was not running ads. He started making over, I think, $250,000 a month before he turned on any ads. All right. And I'm going to show you exactly how he did it. And he said recently he tried to run ads. He did it for about 4 months, hired a big company. And then he said he wasn't paying attention to it. 4 months into it, he stops and looks at the numbers. He goes, it's bringing me more money. But he goes, if I didn't have the ads, wouldn't that money come in anyways? Because of his personal brand. And then he threw a little jab right there. He said it very fast and I caught it. He said, I've been doing this personal brand thing for 7 years. And that's how I make over $100 million a year. Not running any ads. And he's not the first one that said it. Myron Golden says the same thing. He says, build a personal brand. How do you do it? I'm going to tell you guys right now because I got everybody on suspense, right? You take your phone. You take your phone. But before you take your phone, you got to become a person of value. Develop a skill set. Develop something that brings value to whatever industry you want. All right. And you go into an industry, and inside of the industry, inside of that niche, you're going to find the niche inside of the niche. What do I mean by that?
I was about to say, please elaborate marketing.
Yeah, break that down.
For the marketing, can you break it down?
Let's break it down. For example, there's this woman. I don't remember her name, and I don't remember how much she makes, but she makes over, $500 million, right? It's well that. But she has a niche inside of a niche. She teaches women how to shoot guns. She's inside of a niche of weapons. but she found a macro niche where she teaches women how to use weapons. All right. So, for example, I know we work with a lot of insurance agents, right? Imagine this. You're an insurance agent, massive industry. Let's say life insurance, for example. That is a niche, that is an industry. But inside of that industry, there are micro niches. For example, you could specialize selling to firefighters. You can specialize selling to cops. You can specialize selling to veterans. You can specialize selling to nurses. I know a few people that specialize in selling to nurses, kill it. They only focus on nurses. Their messages for the nurses. All right. School teachers. The company I was with when I was selling insurance, the first company I was with, they specialize on putting like group plans for teachers and retirement planning. Micro niche, a niche inside of the niche. The more hyper target you are, the more you can charge. And you're like, man, but now I'm in a micro niche. There's only 1,000 people in there. Guess what? If you specialize with those 1,000 people, you could change your generation. All right. It's, for example, Bugatti. They're a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. They don't sell to everybody.
No.
Where do they advertise? Have you ever seen a Bugatti advertisement?
On TV, never.
Never. Only on Instagram,
Never.
and that's because of the people that own it.
Yeah, the people that own it and other people that are enthusiasts about it, right? But guess where they go? Where the new release of Boeing is coming out? Private planes, they're in there. They're the biggest sponsors. Private jets, big, massive ones. They're the biggest sponsors. They got a selection of cars there. They got their top salespeople in there, networking with people that own private jets. The new releases of those 100, 200, $300,000 to 300 feet yachts, they're in there. They're the biggest sponsors. They're inside of a niche of a niche of a niche of a niche. And that's why they can charge for Bugatti $1.5 million, $5 million, whatever they want. Exclusivity.
That's right.
All right. Like, for example, I had a client earlier that asked me, hey, can we meet today? No, baby, we don't meet today. My calendar could be wide open. No, you do not meet with me today. That's not how it rolls. If I don't like you like that, you cannot call me out. The only one that calls me out is Leo. I'm about to pop out Leo, right? Because the guy always put me out of watching TV with my kid the other day. But I like Leo. I respect Leo. He's available too when I reach out to him. It's got to go both ways. You know? Call me on a Sunday, the son of a gun. Call me this Sunday. I step out of church to talk to this dude. All right? Do I do that with everybody? No. You cannot be available for everybody.
I got exclusivity.
Yeah, don't overuse it, but yeah. You know? So, but the whole point is this. Branding, stay consistent, stay loyal to the industry, right? Don't burn any bridges. And if they burn their own unpurposely, they burn, but don't purposely burn, right? And build a name, build a brand. And I tell you, man, your kids and great grandkids will thank you for it forever. Like Henry Ford. Leo, go for it, man. You're raising your hand like a 2-year-old. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I got you. Out of respect. I got a question for you. You said build, it's hard to, this is why I'm saying break it down. I'll explain to you. There's a lot of times that people in our industry say, hey, Mark, how did you do it? And then Mark tells you an answer like, go to work. And then me, the person that asked the question goes, but I do work. What the heck does he mean by go to work? That's what's happening right now. You're saying build a brand, build a brand, build a brand. Help me. How do I do that? I know you said before there's time. You're either trading in time or money. Sometimes
talk to me like I'm in the 5th grade.
Let's break it down. I pay for this coaching, by the way. I pay my guy Jalos for his coaching. I can never pay that man enough. All right. This is what he said. I'm going to tell you his story. He's an immigrant from Spain. Right. He used to drive professional motorcycles, whatever, got hurt, got out of it. Right. Then when broke, they didn't have any money. They didn't have any name recognition, no brand. migrated to Australia, and then migrated to the United States with $50 in his pocket in California, right? Just about 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Didn't have any money. But what he did have was a vision. He knew where he was going. He had no money, right? Bought a moped, took his phone, recorded it. You go on his YouTube channel and you go back 4 or 5 years, it's in there. He bought a moped for $300. That's all he had. So that he could not take the train and take 2 hours to take the train now. Now he could ride his moped that he just spent $300 on and ride there faster. And sleep a little bit more because he was working 2 jobs and hitting the gym at night and being a personal trainer. But one thing he said is this: record your progress. Because he says right now, even the fact that he has it recorded, it's on YouTube, everybody could go watch it. They still don't believe him. When he talks about today living in a beach mansion in Miami Beach, right? In one of the islands there. When he has 11 cars, one of them being a Bugatti, like 3 Lamborghinis, etc., right? Exaggerated things. But he said, document the progress, the process, everything. He said from when you wake up, you start recording. During the day, you document your day. You take the phone. It doesn't have to be fancy. You do not have to edit it. You do not have to put fancy caption on it. He said, take the phone, document your day, and talk value to the camera and put it on your social media. Put it on YouTube is what he stresses. He says, put it on YouTube. He's always going to be there. Offer value. But also this, how to build a brand. And I'm going to give you some inside scoops that he gives us, right? Wake up early, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Hit the gym as soon as you wake up. Don't do anything else. Brush your teeth, right? Take a shower if you have to. All right, little hints. I mean, goes without saying. When you come back from the gym, pick up a book. Read it. I multitask. I actually do it at the gym with on my ears. Don't tell. All right. He said, write down. Write what you learned from that book, because that's what you're going to be teaching people that same day. And he said, document your day every single day. Don't let a day go by on social media that you do not post. He said one time he didn't post on social media for a day, and his mother called asking if he was alive. All right. Document the day. Become a person of value. And this is the part that's most important that we all screwed up. Do not follow the money. I got a bunch of clients, my most successful ones, and it twists my head every time. When I'm talking to them, money is the last thing they talk about. There's signs out there. What you chase runs from you. Now you're chasing it. But you become the person of that value, and that money comes to you. All right? But it's the energy that you put out there, right? Like attracts like. It's a thing that we learn in, like, I don't know. I remember I learned it in like 9th grade. Maybe that's when I paid attention. But like attracts like. So if you're putting out a level of energy, that's the type of people you're going to attract. So when I notice I'm attracting low-level individuals into my life, for business mostly, right? I say, what am I doing with my energy? I got to bring it up. And then higher caliber individuals come into my life. That's just how it works. Because guess what? Even though they say this energy thing is a new era thing, it's when you speak, that's what you're portraying the energy. If that energy is not going to resonate with everybody, right? It's not. It's just not going to resonate with everybody. And it's funny because this morning I was watching a video from Myron Golden, and he says, when you do a pitch, an elevator pitch, it should repel. It should qualify and disqualify people. He said you should not be for everybody. And you don't want to be for everybody. Is that making sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're making me think about things that we do on a natural, which we don't even know we're doing, but that's exactly what we're doing. It's pretty much like a takeaway, but you're just not giving it back. You're really taking it away.
That's it, man. Just become a person of value. Pick something that you they say this, follow your passion and the money will follow you, right? But sometimes you do not know what your passion is until you go do the thing for a long period enough to see what results you get. Once you get the results, see how you feel about the result. There's certain things that I've done in my life that have brought me a result, and I didn't like the result. I was selling insurance. Great. Became good at it. Became great at it, actually. And then I was like, don't like it. Doesn't fulfill me. I like what he does. Love what he does. I paid one death claim before I left the industry as a sales guy. And I said, this is it. All right. But that's that part. Is that making sense at all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it making a lot of sense. Now you talked earlier. You said don't burn bridges, don't self-sabotage. What do you mean by that? How can somebody burn the bridge and self-sabotage themselves?
For example, let me give you an example of a young man recently. I hope he's not watching. I'm sure he's not. I hope he is. I was going to meet with him. I was the buyer. I was buying something. All right. And I wasn't 100% sold. I was going to pull the trigger on it for him. I was going to buy into him. Day before, I was like, I'm not really sure, man. I got to follow my gut feeling. So I text him and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm going to have to cancel our meeting. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on this just yet. And that revealed who he was. Out of nowhere, the guy became a little pushy. Sent a massive text. I read it. I don't remember what he said. And then the next morning, I get another message. Hey, I still need clarification on the above. I'm like, I read it, didn't reply. I'm never going to reply. I don't need to be clarifying to nobody. Nobody. Other than God, I don't clarify to nobody. Right? So that guy may have potentially burned that bridge with me. I said, I need more time. Let's talk. And I gave him a time. I said, hey, let's talk in about 2 or 3 weeks. All right. That's one way, the soft way to burning a bridge, right? The other way to burning a bridge is you straight up just being nasty to someone. Just because you didn't get what you want, man. And by the way, I've done it before too. When I got into sales before, I may have been rude and pushy to some people. All right. So that may burn your bridge. Or cursing somebody out, even worse.
That makes a lot of sense. You know, we train a lot of agents. And one of the things you got to teach, if you could, is wisdom, patience, and empathy. Because some people just are too pushy. Just like when you go to buy a car. You know, one of the places I hate to go to most, and every time when I go there, I ignore the first one that comes to me, Foot Locker. When I walk in, it's like, can I help you? What size do you need? I'm like, no, I'm good. And then when I'm ready, I'll look for the one person that's just, relaxing, waiting. And I'll be like, excuse me. They come up to you. Yes, how can I help you? It's such a different thing because it's not being pushy. It's relaxed. It's you don't feel like you're being forced to do it. So I understand what you're saying about burning bridges, because that first guy that just came at me burned this bridge. Even if he was the last person there to help me, I'll take my shoe to the cashier. I need this in a size 11, please. Because the guy in the front, done. So I understand what you're saying.
So would y'all say that we have to have patience? So how do you not have? This is my saying. Hurry up and wait. It's my thing. Hurry up and wait. Now, how should that person handle you, John, in that situation? And Leo, how should that person at Foot Locker deal with you?
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening whenever I walked in. That's pleasantry. That's normal etiquette. It's like you meet me, you sell me, and you want my money all in one sentence. Like, slow down. You don't even really care about me. You want to know what's in my wallet, and you want to make sure that you get the sale. I'm a number to you. Granted, I know he's in sales. That's his job. Hey, I'm in sales. I understand, but you can care about the person behind. He could just say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever. How you doing? I'm here if you need my help. Are you looking for men, women, children, so I could point you in the right direction? Like, give me something, like give me direction, make it easier for me, but don't just jump down my throat and just say, give me a wallet. That's what I feel like that's, let me bring this up for you real quick. That's what I think. I think it's just being human. And I think some salesmen forget that. Just like when you go to a dealership. I mean, sometimes you as you're parking your car, I mean, they're running at you, but they're not opening the door for you. They're just running at you and basically saying, which car you want to drive? Let's go. And it's like, wait, slow down. I just need to know if you got a bathroom. Like, you don't know what I'm here for. I'm here to pick up my brother. Like, you don't know. So it's very strange. Some people just go, we call it in our industry with commission breath. And when you have commission breath, anybody can, like seniors, children, adults, cats, dogs, I don't care. There's a sense for a commission breath. And when you approach me with commission breath, I got to give you some scope. Got to go. You know?
So John, for people that's listening, and they're probably just like the person that kind of was on the fence with, how should they handle situations when that happens? What would your advice be?
After many years of learning the sales industry, what not to do and what to do.
Mm-hmm.
When someone tells me, I'll tell you what I do. When someone tells me, hey, I'm not ready yet, for whatever reason. Hey, Mark, no worries, man. Hey, listen, you know where we're at? Once you're ready, we're here for you, man. Anything else I could do for you now? That's it. That's it. But do not text me, hey, I need clarification on this. Like, dude, you ain't my mother. You ain't my wife. I ain't going to clarify nothing for you.
And that was the following day, right? That means he thought about it.
Oh, yeah. That was the following morning after a long text.
He knew he messed up. He knew he slept on it. You know what? I messed up. Let me try to refresh everything and try to start back over. That was his style and strategy to get back on the right foot, I believe.
Little things like that, man, especially when someone is on the fence of buying something. All right. A no is not a no forever. Luckily, I rarely had, before I got married, I rarely had a girl say no to me. All right. Not bragging, just saying I had game. All right. But hey,
you always been a salesman, huh? You always been
disclosure. Depending on what my kids are listening, but depending on what you want. All right. Hold on. But depending on what you want, you got to pick the right candidate for it. So if you just want a quick oil change, you go to a drive-through place for a fast oil change. All
Jiffy
right?
Lube.
There you go. Go to Jiffy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That was a great analogy, too. That was a great analogy, man.
Oh,
There you go.
back.
Okay, we keep it Jeffrey Lube. We got Zap Lube, Valvoline. We're giving free advertising.
That's right. Yeah, man, because sometimes I think people need training. I think people need, like you said, etiquette. And that's why you have to have mentors. And that's why you have to have somebody always critique you on what you're doing. So like John had used a great analogy about if you wanted a quick oil change, go to Jiffy Lube. And what's on the other side of that? I know you just come with some fire, John.
Absolutely, man. Sorry, my internet started tweaking there for a bit. So this is it right here. Look, the best way not to get rejected is you take it away. How you take it away? You know exactly. And I got this from Myron Golden. I got to give him credit from a YouTube video. I wish I remember the name. Actually, the name of the YouTube video on Myron Golden's YouTube channel is How to Never Get Enough. All right. And he says this. You know when someone's about to say no because they're not sure about it. You could start reading their body language. I got so good at reading body language, I know when you lie. All right. Because it's 80% of your communication. Your pulse starts going crazy around here. Sometimes your eyes start switching. Your eyeball dialects. It's crazy how if you learn how to read people, you know when the no is coming. You know when that girl gives you the shoulder instead of doing the hair flip, you know the no is coming. All right. I've been married for a long time. I'm not even in the game anymore. But I tell you this, you just have to know how to read people before you hence that rejection, be like, hey man, I don't think you're ready for this, man. I don't think this is something that you're really interested in, and I don't really want to put you in a position that you're uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Am I about right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right, man. I say, hey man, listen, don't worry about it. We're here for you anytime, whenever you're ready. Keep the energy high. One thing happened there. You never got rejected, so you don't feel that rejection flow going to you. And two, you did not make that person feel uncomfortable, so they're gonna come back to you if they're gonna buy that.
Save face.
No, so am I right in saying this? Since we are talking about building a brand, I want to bring this back for a second. So you do all those things right, your brand goes up and you gain stock. But the minute you burn the bridge, you lose stock and you could hurt your brand. Am I correct in saying that?
That is a no. That is actually wrong. I don't usually disagree with people. But look at this. What can I give you an example? Diddy. My kids always talking about Diddy and cracking Diddy jokes, and I don't even know what's happening. And this is my kids. All right. They always saying, nice try, Diddy. I'm like, okay. All right. All right. The power of TikTok, man. You think Diddy's brand is over? It is not. He might be hurt a little bit on the public eye for other brands to protect themselves. Like he might get canceled on the show for now, but he coming back. Always does. Mike Tyson. Let's go back a few years. Mike Tyson raped a few women, did a few things, went to prison, got away from the public eye. Look at him now.
But they built so much momentum during the years. How about John Doe that just up and coming? He a community super celebrity. He's not on that level yet. He just getting going. He just getting hot at the time. You don't think one incident, a couple of incidents could kind of hurt his brand?
No, because if he's not big yet, he hasn't built the brand. And even if you go on around the lines and people say, hey, so-and-so did this, did that.
Who?
Is it factual? Yeah, is it factual? Is there proof? If there was, hey, repent, move on, right? But once you have a brand, I tell you, I mean, there's like a zillion examples of people that have, for example, Balenciaga, right? They're the ones that were into the whole trafficking thing with the kids a few years ago.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're still selling their high price branded crap.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't like their style. That's just me. All right, too bulky. But Balenciaga, man, they went through a whole thing a few years ago. And again, I only know about this because once it gets really bad, it goes on Facebook, and then I see it. But they were in some scandals. And guess what? The brand is still there.
You know what? You're right. If they're not big enough to have a brand, then it can't hurt you. But once you're a brand, you're a brand. I mean, they do say there's no such thing as bad publicity. Look at NWA. They made more money than they did. I mean, there's no such thing as bad publicity. They say that a lot. So I guess you have to be a brand. The point is get from A to B. Now, I know there's something that the listeners want to know is how do you do this? How do you do it if you don't have money, but you have to spend time?
This is what we're going to do right now. I'm going to break it down for you like this on the frosty side, right? On the top of the cake. But this Saturday, for those watching, we got something special going on Saturday. It's a free workshop. It's going to be on Zoom. It's completely free. There, I'm going to give you an actual PDF. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to give you the PDF that tells you what you have to do. It's up to you if you do it. But I have a whole PDF, step by step, what to do on Facebook, what to do on Instagram.
Are you telling me that I just gave you, I just basically told you my symptoms. You're giving me the prescription on Saturday, and it's my choice if I want to take the medication.
That's
it.
That's it. This Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday, 11 a.m. And Mark, you're muted, sir.
Yeah, so I don't think people understand what value you're going to bring because you paid cash money for this stuff and you're giving it to people.
And he charges for this. This is his business. He's giving the value for free. He's pouring it on.
That's it, man. Listen, I believe in giving. The Bible says, giving you shall receive. right? I could charge you a couple $1,000 a month to do private coaching
Yes.
with me, which by the way, my private coaching, I do not open it for everybody. I'm extremely picky. I'd rather downgrade you on a plan if I hear any hesitation. I don't battle with you. All right. One, a good coach is not going to put you in a position that you're not ready for. All right. I wouldn't give one of my kids my car to drive it. All right. I wouldn't give it to my 12-year-old or even my 14-year-old. All right. They're not ready yet, but I could give them a bicycle though. All right. But let me tell you right now, because I'm not going to keep everybody in suspense, right? That's not what we do. On Saturday, we are going to break it down, literally step by step. Like it's going to be like dummy proof. We're going to spend about an hour there. We're going to ask questions. We're going to answer questions live on the Zoom call. It's completely free, right? And then you're going to have a PDF that you're going to go ahead and follow it once you get to wherever you get to. All right. But right now, listen, to start building a personal brand is start documenting your day. No matter how good, no matter how bad. And guess what? The worse it is, the faster you go viral. Let me explain that. A few years ago, I had 2 credit cards take me to court. One I paid before I went to court. I paid it up front. The other one I went and actually suited up and I went into the courtroom. It was a credit card, bad mistake. I went broke, right? I said it before, I went broke a few times. One of the times I went broke, I hiked up massive credit cards. And one of them took me to court. All right. And it was big enough that I said, I'm going to go to court because I ain't got the cash right now. All right. That's good now. That's all said now, right? But imagine if I had documented that, man. Imagine if I knew what I know now, I would have documented it. Why? Because you know how many people are going to resonate with the fact that you went to court for a credit card that you have not paid? You know how many people are on collections right now with credit cards that they have not paid? You know how many people are getting harassed by collection agencies right now, getting letters from their house, right? For example, a couple of years ago, actually, not even that long ago, I went and I didn't pay my car a few months. I had the money, but I was putting the money to work for me. All right. Imagine if I had documented that, because there's people out there right now that will resonate with you with that pain that you're living. You know, if you watch movies, usually the bad guy is the rich guy.
You know what they say actually in movies, speaking on that? If you hate the villain, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, that's it. But if you see the way that they're programming the world, is that when you watch a movie, 99% of the time, the villain is the rich guy. And the underdog is the poor guy that is the superhero now. Right? Every movie is like that. Harry Potter, oh, the parents died, blah, 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 blah. Hero story, right? Superman, Spider-Man, right? The parents got killed. He got raised by the grandmother. Poor guy. He's just barely making it by taking pictures. Now the grandmother is killed. Now he's a superhero. Mm-hmm. The way that they're programming the mind of people to stay poor, it is ridiculous. And 99% of the population is being controlled by the system. Because guess what? You go and you build a brand. Like Patrick Bet-David was saying yesterday, right? He was a nobody, he said. He was a regular guy. But he started building a brand. The power of branding, man.
So, John, tell me this, because I know a lot of people that have a company, right? They do real estate, they do life insurance, they do solar. And it's their company, it's their LLC S Corp. You're saying it's more powerful to promote their personal brand, their image versus their company, their entity?
1000%. Look, for example, we talked already about Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, right? We talked about Michael Jordan, right? There's a Shaquille O'Neal out there. Shaquille O'Neal hasn't played basketball in a long time. He's 2 profits from it. Rihanna, there you go. There's so many people that we follow right now that one, they're doing something this time. Then they get out of the industry. Mike Tyson, we just talked about him. Mike Tyson became famous by being the talented man that he was at boxing. Machine. He was my favorite boxer, by the way, because I was born in 1990, so he was the man back then. That's what we talked about in New York, and when I lived in Brooklyn in the basement, right? Mike Tyson, black dude from Brooklyn. I'm like, dude, you're my guy. All right. I thought I was black, you know. I said, I'm black. I'm connected with Mike Tyson. That's it. Take me in. All right. So that's the power of the brand. Mike Tyson hasn't been fighting since forever. Now he's putting up a show with this young kid that is a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is a YouTuber, had a massive following. Now he's a massive boxer, a big brand in the industry. Actually, the biggest brand right now in the industry. And you know how long it took McGregor to get up there with actual talent? You know how many years it took Manny Pacquiao to get up there? And then this YouTuber kid comes up, and in less than 2-3 years, he's a freaking famous, one of the biggest names in boxing and MMA. Personal brand. All right. Now, one thing Daddy Yankee said the other day, for those that don't know, Daddy Yankee became a Christian. I hope he stays like that. Doesn't do like other people that become Christian just to get some people and take them to hell with them. All right. So Daddy Yankee said this, for those people out there wanting to get big and to the top of the mountain, he said, just be careful because at the top is really cold. You have to know your personality. Can you make it to the top? Are you okay when you're trying to have dinner with your family, people taking pictures of you? Can you handle that?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody pisses you off out there because they're putting a camera on your face and you react like a human and you hit the camera off and now the world hates you, can you handle that? You got to pick your poison.
The catch-22s.
It's like Peter from the Bible. Jesus said to Peter before he died, you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster makes his noise, whatever that thing they do, right? Because when they were crucifying Jesus, then they saw Peter, the way he walked, the way he spoke. They say, you look like that guy that's getting crucified right now. You dress like him. You walk like him. You talk like him. And he said, oh, no, I never met this guy. He denied him 3 times, and then he remembered.
Wow.
Jesus warned him before. Are you ready to handle the heat? Because a lot of people want to be known until they're known. Is the real you, can you handle that truth, man? And if not, just keep doing a 9-to-5, stay in the system, stay trapped, never live up to your potential. Don't make God proud, but make it the person that God told you that he wants you to be. Be a coward and stay behind. But if you can handle it and you want to be brave, go for it. And this Saturday, 11 a.m. on Zoom, wherever you're watching this, put in the comments, hey, give me info about the workshop, and we'll send you the link. It's free to attend. It's going to be an hour.
That's right.
All right. Did that answer your question, Mark? That was a long answer, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you answered very well, man. Very well put, man. I hope the viewers are watching and learned something, took some notes, because you just gave them $1,000 with the game just now in that 2 minutes.
I appreciate it, man. And that's it. Listen, it's never been easier than today to become whoever you want to become. Look, the power of branding. This kid that, by the grace of God, didn't hit Donald Trump on the head with a bullet. That kid is going in the books in schools. That man, he got into the book the wrong way. But that man is in that book permanently now. Next dumb books that they put for the kids at school to learn stuff that they shouldn't be learning, that kid will be there. The man that tried to assassinate the 50th president of the United States. I think he was the 50th, right?
Good question.
Something like
48.
that.
He's 48 or 40.
There you go. Yeah, something like that. I think he was 48, about to be the 50th. That's I think that's how it goes. But that's it, man. So listen, for those watching, share this video with an entrepreneur. Share this video with someone that is ambitious, right? And if you're watching this and you want to attend the free workshop that we're doing this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, it will be recorded, but it will not be shared with the public. I'll tell you that right now. All right. It might be sold to the public, but it will not be shared for free to the public. All right. Be there. We're going to break it down, things that is actionable. We're not teaching you. We're not just saying things. We're going to give you a PDF. You're going to follow it. And we're going to give you the psychology that goes into building a brand too. It's not just doing stupid stuff on social media. Even though that works too, by the way. All right. It works. You know, you could be doing stupid stuff and go viral. Hey, if you want to go viral the dumb way, you could go viral the dumb way. The dumb way does not make money. not long-term
Sure.
money at least.
Short
Alright.
term. Short term.
Very short term, and with a lot of heat. All right. So that's that part, man. Anything else you guys want to cover? What do you guys think? What do you want to say to the listeners, guys?
Man, I'm excited for Saturday. I'm telling you, I already put it in my social media. I put it in my calendar. I'm ready for Saturday. I mean, look, I'm a teacher first. I mean, I'm a student first before I'm a teacher. I can't wait till Saturday to actually be a student. Sit there, take notes, and then do what I do best, which is apply, and just add more to my arsenal. So I got nothing else to say but see you guys Saturday. Definitely, sure.
I do want to add this because John dropped so much nuggets, so much gems. You two are also, Leo, with the piggyback. I want people to think about their story. I want people to focus on their own story as far as articulating it. You should be able to say your story in 30 seconds, 3 minutes, and 25 to 30 minutes. Because you never know when that person that's going to be able to change your life ask you who are you and what you do. And you need to be prepared. Because when you stay ready, what they say, what they're saying, when you stay ready, you have to get ready.
When you're ready, you don't have to get ready. Woo! I love it. That's me right there.
We're focused on the person that, like John said, who you trying to become. Become that person now. Brand that person now. Speak it into existence. You need to feel it now. Because the mind, you could talk it, you can manipulate your own mind. You could believe whatever you want to believe. The mind don't know the truth from the false. So work on your stories, guys.
That's it.
Entrepreneur in the arena.
That's
Boom.
it.
That was episode 5, folks. Leo, take it out, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for attending ETA, Entrepreneurs in the Arena podcast. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel. We're out of here. It's been an honor and a privilege. We're out.
Boom. That's it, man. Right there.